Well, it's New Year's Eve 2023 and the beginning of a brand new year. Is that how you tend to look at New Year's Eve, the beginning of the new? I know some people do tend to look at it as the end of things instead, but I always like to look forward into new beginnings, and so that's how I tend to see New Year's Eve. But that's not what I actually came to talk about today. I actually came to talk about the new things that come with New Year's Eve, the most important of which is the 2024 budget. And of course, I'm only really interested in the turnaround aspects of the 2024 budget, and I want to talk about the things that we would need to be seeing in our 2024 budget if we wish to be successful in the upcoming turnaround season. So the 2024 turnaround budget basic requirements. Well, you know, the basic requirements for the 2024 budget really begin with 2026. So the 2026 turnaround events are now coming into scope at T-24, thereabouts. And we're going to need a certain amount of spending ability in our 2024 budget in order to prepare for a successful 2026 event. We would need to be selecting and assigning our turnaround event manager, and we would want to be doing that within the first quarter of the year. We would need to create and approve the event premise for this upcoming 2026 event. And we would likewise like to have that completed, approved, and signed off before the end of Q1. We will need money in the budget to conduct a master scope challenge and implement scope control. That's probably going to come mid to end Q4 in any kind of realistic situation. But to stay on track for best practice success, it definitely has to happen within this year. So we're definitely going to need money for it. What else are we going to need money for in the 2024 turnaround budget? We're going to need money to approve and implement the planning process. We want to do that in Q4. We're going to need money to approve and implement the scheduling premise for our 2026 event. We want to do that in Q4. That, I think, more or less wraps up what we would want to see for 2026 money in our 2024 budget. So let's talk about 2025 events. Now this is where things are really getting hot and heavy here. We are in the midst of detailed planning of all approved work scope for the 2025 event. This is going to be a big push effort and is likely going to take place over all 4 quarters of the year. We're going to create all the detailed support plans for the 2025 event and get the detailed planning for those support plans done. We would like to see that happen in the first half of the year because a lot of those support plans may or could impact some of the other critical planning events coming into the turnaround. So let's get those support plans out of the way in the first half of the year. We want to create our master execution schedule. So we're going to start our planning right at the beginning of the year. So let's give the planners a little bit of a head start, but we're going to get heavy into schedule development in QT, and we're going to work on that schedule for the rest of the year. That leads us to 2024 events. What are we going to have in our 2024 event budget? Well, obviously, execution. 2024 events are going to be executed in the 2024 window. Now, assuming that back 2 years ago, we did all the things that we're currently listing in the 2026 category, and assuming last year we did all the things that we listed in the 2025 event category, then we should expect our turnaround execution will be both online, on time, and on budget. One of the things that I really strongly encourage everybody to commit to now while we can, let's make it a commitment that we will completely 100% close out our 2024 events before year end. That's financial closeout so that the accounting team has an easier time of it. That's our lessons learned files. That's our modifications to work packages, because if we executed 4,000 work packages this year, there's zero chance that they were all perfect. So let's get them modified now while we still remember exactly what's going on. So these are all the things that we are going to need money for to do in this coming year involving the turnaround. And as you can see, it isn't just about the 2024 year. It's about the 2025 year. It's about the 2026 year. And yes, our 2024 execution are first and foremost on our mind. But unless we keep the whole big picture in mind, we'll always just be chasing a wreck train. Happy New Year. We're going to have a great year in 2024. Looking forward to seeing everybody.